Les effets pyrotechniques.
Hi guys, today we're gonna do something a little bit different than usual. It's gonna be a new quad process video, so from the build to the Maiden. And I'm doing that because I've received a new quad from GetFPV. It's a QAV Skitzo Dark Matter. They asked me recently if I wanted to try out their products, and because I never bought any of their products before, I said yes, why not? And they sent me a parcel with different components of their brand, so I would be able to build the Skitzo Dark Matter. I did a pre-build like with Kevin with a brainstorming to see where I was going to put everything, because it's the first time I'm gonna build a quad with the battery under. That's also why I'm interested in the project, because I've never flown a bottom mount quad before. So now we're gonna start with the build, and after that we'll do the Betaflight part, and we'll finish with the Maiden flight today or tomorrow, I still don't know, but you will see everything. So let's start. Alright, so the build is finished. It took me 5 hours to finish it, but I'm a pretty slow builder, so that's alright. Now that it's done, I found it really beautiful. It looks strong as well. Now I'm gonna do the Betaflight part, so I'm gonna flash the Betaflight 3.2 and do the settings. And because it's already dark outside, I will try it tomorrow and tune it. So let's move on to Betaflight. Alright, so what I've done in Betaflight is pretty simple. My settings don't change that much from everyone's settings. So I'm just going to show you what's typical for Betaflight 3.2 and for the quad that I have. So first, you need to choose the firmware before flashing Betaflight 3.2 on your quad. And once it's done, once you have the data, you can flash it. So that's pretty easy to do, and I did it on my quad. So now that we have Betaflight 3.2, let's move on to configuration. I just want to show you a new available feature on it. It's about the filters. So once you've chosen all your settings and you've personalized your name and you've done everything else, you can move to the other features and select of course the usual ones, and also the dynamic filters. That's what's new in Betaflight 3.2. Now that we are in the PID tuning, just quickly, because a lot of people ask me what my rates are, just keep the default ones because they suit me the best. Now, because we activated the dynamic filters, we don't need the gyro notch filters anymore. That's why I put them to 0, because that's what's new with Betaflight 3.2. So that's it for Betaflight. I also use BLLE to be able to flash my ESCs with the new firmware. And apart from that, all my motors were spinning the wrong way, so I had to reverse them, but you know that it happens. One last thing I want to tell you, because if you forget like I did, it's a bit annoying. If you have a flight controller F4, don't forget to invert the signal, otherwise you won't have any telemetry when you try it. And it's a bit annoying to have to do it once you finished everything. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you about Betaflight and the settings I've put on my quad. So now we can move on part 2, which is about the Maiden flight and the tuning. Hey, So it was too late yesterday to test the quad when I finished building it, so I'm gonna do it today. So far I'm pretty happy with how it looks and the weight, because the flying weight is around 625 grams, and including GoPros and my batteries, which are quite heavy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result, and now I'm gonna test it and see how it flies. Not too bad so far. Ah.
How does it fly?
It's good. I'm just careful not to fly too close to the ground because the battery is under and I'm not used to it. But so far, wow. We'll need to see the GoPro footage, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's the first time I use these props as well, and I like them. I'm happy. Alright, so time to wrap it up. I'm gonna do a little conclusion for you guys because I didn't record everything. So when we tried it, first thing, I didn't have these props on. I had the Lumenier butter cutter. So while flying it was really enjoyable, it was really smooth. Well, I think their name is pretty accurate. So it was really nice flying with these props. The only problem I had is when I looked at the GoPro footage on my computer, I had lots of jello. So I would recommend these props more for racing. They're made probably for it because they are aggressive ones. But I'm gonna stick with my Cyclone Dark props because I'm used to them and I still have lots of them to use. So for this quad I'm gonna keep these props. Once we got rid of the jello, we tuned it, so I asked for Kevin's help because he knows better than me for that. So for the PIDs, it was really fast to tune, no big change to do. The only thing we did is increasing the P's on the roll to equal the ones on the pitch, which makes sense because it's a really balanced quad and it's an X frame. So that's why we did that and it was flying better. And then we just had one remaining problem. The motors were really hot, so we have to decrease the Ds from 35 to 21, and it was pretty much, it was a lot better. The only problem remaining was small issues. The back motors were still a little bit hot, but still touchable for 5 seconds, so it was alright. I think I'm probably going to reduce the Ds again to maybe 18, but it's a detail. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Kevin is jealous, so I'm even more happy. And now that everything is done, I still have like a few batteries to fly. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna leave you with a flight probably. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching the whole video. If you liked it, maybe you can subscribe or you can share it. And if you don't like it, just tell me why. So thanks for everything, and I'll see you next week.